What's up guys, it's Reese here, and today's video is going to be probably a bit longer, and a bit less organised. Not that my videos are really organised, but I got this idea from Sandy's app, probably one of, if not the best wrestling YouTuber right now. He's killing it lately. But I just want to talk about every current champion in WWE and who I think should dethrone them. I'm doing it a bit different to him. He usually he just names one person he thinks should and explains why. He also does NXT. I'm not going to do NXT, I don't know enough about NXT. Just main roster. But I'm going to name 4 options for each and then basically debate with myself on the video who I think should, and then come up with a single answer. But I thought about 4 options, and I'm going to pick one whilst I'm talking about them on video. We'll start with the tag titles. So, the Raw tag titles, now the World tag titles, I'm pretty sure. Those titles are quite nice as well. I don't like them having the red on them. I feel like that makes them worse, because they're still colour-coded, and I feel like that was the issue before. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Sorry, my voice is going, so I struggle to get through this, but we'll get through it. So currently held by Awesome Truth. My 4 options are DIY, who are currently number 1 contenders, and I don't know when their match is. I can't remember if they said it might be next week or it might be a Backlash. The Creed brothers, who I feel like are in line for a big push soon. They're unfortunate not to be involved in Mania, but I think they're going to get their push soon. Well, when I say soon, maybe closer to SummerSlam time. They actually might be partnered up with Chad Gable as well, which would be great, and that probably ups their chances because then they'll be heel. And it would mean them being Awesome Truth better. Imperium, probably the forgotten tag team here, Kaiser and Vinci. You don't really see them involved with the tag titles that often, apart from when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens held them. And this is made more difficult by the fact we got a draft soon, so I don't know who's going to be on what brand. I've gone with the Street Profits. There's not really an explanation. I just thought, who's a good tag team who aren't really involved with the tag titles right now? Street Profits. We don't really know what that group is going to be doing post-Mania, if they're going to, well, I assume they're going to stay together for now, what brand they're going to be on. I think Lashley and the Street Profits will move to Raw, which is why I put the Street Profits. Out of the 4, I mean, DIY, obviously, they're on contenders right now, they've got the biggest chance. Creeds, if they partner with Chad Gable, that ups their chances a lot, because I think they would do holding all the titles there. You'd have, Gable and winning the IC title, and the Creeds winning the tag titles, which would be great. Imperium, I don't think they're in the running right now, but them being heels ups their chances, because you probably want a heel to take the titles of Awesome Truth, because Awesome Truth are very over, despite what Dave Meltzer says about that segment, because he's an idiot. Street Profits are kind of just thrown in there because they haven't been involved with the tag titles for a while now, and I think they'll move to Raw. So for me, it's between DIY and Creeds, and it's basically I'm gambling on whether or not the Creeds will join up with Chad Gable, because if they do, I think they will, but I also don't think Awesome Truth are going to hold the titles for long. And DIY probably deserve it, but DIY beating Awesome Truth as babyfaces probably isn't the smartest thing. I've seen a lot of shouts for DIY to just beat them though, and I'm not against it. I don't want Awesome Truth to hold titles for long. I do really like them, but it was about the moment more than the reign they're going to have. I also need to decide whether this video is more what I want or what I predict, because what I want is the Creeds, the heel Creed brothers. I'm going to go DIY. I'm going to say this is a prediction. DIY. So yeah, DIY to dethrone Awesome Truth. That I didn't realise how long this video was going to be. It's probably going to be like 40 minutes. I'll try and move quicker though. The SmackDown tag titles, which I'd assume are going to be renamed to the WWE tag titles, or the Undisputed tag titles or something. Because they seem to be theming at each brand, so the Undisputed Women's title, the Undisputed title, the World Heavyweight title, and the World Tag titles. But yeah. Currently held by Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, A-Town Down Under. Now, my options to dethrone them. I've got the Usos. I'll talk about these two together, the Usos and the Bloodline. So the Bloodline would be Solo and Tama Tonga, or maybe Jacob Fatu gets involved in there, or Zilla Fatu. I don't know how quickly he'll be moved to the main roster. I don't think he's had experience as the others. But yeah, I just think maybe they involve the tag titles in these lot. I could see the Usos versus the Usos reuniting soon, which I'm so happy about. I really want that to happen, especially as babyface as well. After their one-on-one match at Mania didn't really work out, I definitely want them to just reunite as a tag team again. I've been watching some of their like promos after they turned heel in like 2017, 2018. So good together, man. And yeah, the Bloodline, I just think if they're going to have a match at SummerSlam between the Bloodline, two members of the Bloodline versus the Usos, I really hope we get the Usos, Roman and Sammy against the Bloodline at War Games. That'd be so cool. But no, sticking to the tag titles, I keep getting sidetracked here. Yeah, I just think maybe they involve the tag titles in that feud. Other option, the Wolf Dogs. I think they are called the Wolf Dogs, right? I might sound stupid there. Ron Breakker and Baron Corbin. I'm a big advocate for them coming up as a tag team. I don't think they are. I think Ron's coming up alone and Corbin staying NXT. But I was also making shouts for the Raw after Mania. Awesome Truth to an open challenge and just drop the title straight away to Corbin and Braun. Yeah, I don't think they're getting called up together, so I'm not going to pick them. But if they were, I think them winning tag titles instantly would be amazing. And I've gone an interesting one of Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Now this is actually what I saw from Sandy's app. But you've had obviously Randy Orton and Kevin Owens involved with Logan Paul, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory lately. So it makes sense, doesn't it? Like, it makes sense for them to take the tag titles. I think maybe you move into like a... I think at some time we get Logan Paul LA Knight, so maybe you move into spoilers for my US title one. So maybe you move into like a 3-on-3 type build, where it's like Orton, Owens and LA Knight against Logan, Grayson and Theory. But yeah, I'm gonna go Randy Orton and Kevin Owens as my answer. Also, I think them getting like a short tag title reign would be pretty fun, I guess. They could have some fun matches as well. Yeah, we'll go to the mid-card titles now. We'll start with the US title, because I have talked about that. LA Knight is obviously one of the options. I've got Orton and Owens in there, just 3 people that seem to be involved, or 2 people that are involved with Logan Paul at Mania. LA Knight, the person we all thought was going to be involved. And I've gone a rogue one, thinking they want Logan Paul to have a huge match at SummerSlam, right? He's kind of the centerfold of that pay-per-view. John Cena. I've seen shouts for John Cena to face Logan Paul at SummerSlam, and if that happens, there is no way I want Cena to lose. We've seen Cena lose enough. But Cena himself has said he'll have a run early next year, so probably won't be around for SummerSlam. So that was a rogue one. My answer is LA Knight, to be honest. Owens and for me, it's between Orton and LA Knight to beat Logan Paul at SummerSlam for the title. I think that Logan definitely holds it going into SummerSlam. But I'm going to go LA Knight. I think a lot of people thought he was going to beat him for it at Mania, and he wasn't involved in the match. But yeah, I'm going to go LA Knight. The IC title, currently held by Sami Zayn. You've got the obvious option of Chad Gable. Just turned heel on Raw. Obviously still waiting to win the IC title, sorry. Then another option, another man who returned on Raw, who hasn't won the IC title and has talked about the IC title a lot. Sheamus, one more title to become a Grand Slam champion. Now, I wanted to see Sheamus turn heel on Raw and attack Gable and Zayn in the main event. Just make it end in no contest. And have Sheamus win the title off Sami at Clash of the Castle, and have Gable dethrone Sheamus as a face after. maybe at SummerSlam. But it hasn't gone that way, and that's fine. I'm excited for heel Chad Gable. I'm going to go Chad Gable. I didn't even name my other two options. Other two options were Bronson Reed and Nakamura. I just thought upper mid-carders on Raw who probably go after the title. I would love Nakamura to win, get a proper heel run with a title. But it's not on the cards right now. It's Chad Gable or Sheamus. And I'm going to go Chad Gable. I think this heel turn would have been very wasted if he doesn't end up winning the IC title. And I would prefer him to get his big moment as a babyface, but that's fine. He can have his moment as a heel. But yeah, so Chad Gable. Chad Gable to dethrone Sami Zayn. So far we've got Randy Orton and Kevin Owens to dethrone Waller and Theory. LA Knight to dethrone Logan Paul. DIY to dethrone Awesome Truth. And Chad Gable to dethrone Sami Zayn. I say that's all pretty standard. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens is probably the only weird one in there. We'll move to the women's titles now. I forgot the women's tag titles are down. The women's tag titles are definitely Jade and Bianca Belair, right? They're feuding with Damage Control. It's either them or like Isla and Alba, who seem to getting new characters, or like so Bianca. I'm trying to think of ones off the top of my head. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell just turned heel, and Chelsea and Piper, who got a win recently, which was surprising. But it's Jade and Bianca. That's pretty obvious. I think they're going to win it and have quite a long reign until Jade turns heel. I think once you've seen like the internet, or a loud minority on the internet, turning on Jade for doing squash matches. Like, that's weird in any way. But I think they're going to play into that a bit eventually, and have Jade just turn heel. And play the character she did in AEW. But yeah, the women's singles titles now. Hopefully get some women's mid-card titles soon. We'll start with, on SmackDown, which one's on SmackDown? The women's world title? No, the women's world title is the one, Riyadh. The women's undisputed title, or the WWE women's title, is the one Bayley has. Correct, I think. So she's got a match, weirdly, she's got a match with Naomi next week for the title, and I haven't included Naomi in the four, because I just don't see, there's not a world where Naomi wins that. My four are Tiffany Stratton, who was involved in that segment, who lost to Naomi. I think either Tiffany is just the one to beat Bayley or wins Money in the Bank. I really hope she wins Money in the Bank, that would be so good. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I mean, Jade's the rising star and Bianca Belair's Bianca Belair. You have to include her, don't you? And then for that fourth option, I was kind of debating between Charlotte and Dakota Kai, and then one of the other Damage Control members. I've gone with Dakota Kai. I think Dakota Kai is another front runner. I can't even speak. Another front runner for Money in the Bank. So I've gone with Dakota Kai. I've added her to the four. Out of four, I'm going to go Tiffany Stratton though. I think she's a heel. She's like the perfect candidate, an upcoming heel to dethrone Bayley, probably through Money in the Bank. I think she's just a prime candidate there. Another option was Charlotte. I could see that. I think Charlotte will win a title when she comes back. Not straight away, but pretty soon. And then the women's world title, vacant currently after Rhea Ripley was injured. So who's going to win it? Apparently it will be Crown on Raw. There's no waiting, which made this a lot easier, because if it wasn't going to be Crown on Raw, you'd have the draft to think about. It would make it so much more difficult. But I mean, probably the two prime candidates right now are Liv and Nia. Most involved in that title, apart from Becky, who I have also included Becky, because I think she was going to take a break, but I wouldn't be shocked if they would just brought her back, like they'd just ask her to come back for like a month, as like emergency to win the title, and then maybe drop it to a Liv or Nia to put them over, just so they don't look like inferior completely, as like after Rhea drops it. And my fourth option is Alexa Bliss. I've seen a lot of shouts for this online, and I'd be down if Alexa was to come back with I don't know when Alexa's come back, or if she's even close. I was hoping she'd come back Raw, so it didn't happen. But if she was to come back as like a normal Alexa Bliss or like a goddess or something, then yeah, I could see this and I'd be down for it. But all the Uncle Howdy teasers, the Bray Wyatt stuff they're doing, which apparently is going to include Matt Hardy for some reason, I feel like Alexa would 100% be involved in that. So I added her to the list, because if she was to return with a outside of that, not being involved in that, she's definitely a Martin candidate. But she's probably bottom of the 4 for me. Again, if Becky was to come back next week, she's number 1, 100%. But I think it is between... Also, another shout I'm seeing is Raquel Rodriguez. Again, I don't know if Raquel Rodriguez is... I know she was taken off the internal list of the active roster. So I hope she's back soon, but I don't think she's back that soon. I don't think she's going to win the title. So it's between Liv and Nia. And the way I see it, like, Liv's character is really good right now, and I think you can build more of that if she doesn't win the title straight away. Whereas Nia Jax would benefit hugely from like a monster heel title run, where she can just like squash half the roster. Especially with the draft next week, that has a list of new opponents. But yeah, I think... Am I going to go Nia or Liv? I don't know. I don't want to commit to either. Because I think part of me is also like, those two are the obvious choices, that they're going to just go something different. Part of me is thinking there might be SmackDown women involved, because there is a draft the week after, so they might not be too bothered about sticking with Raw, the Raw roster. Part of me is like, maybe they'll go completely left field and give it to Chelsea Green. But I am going to go Liv. I'm going to play it safe and not go Liv. I'm actually going to go Nia Jax. Yeah, I'm going to play it safe and go Nia Jax. Okay. I do also realise that Alexa Bliss can return and then build to that Howdy stuff, not necessarily return as part of it. Just like, because it seems like a slow build sort of thing that we're going to get like in like a couple months rather than within the next couple of weeks. So I guess Alexa could return, win this, drop it, and then build to that. But I'm going to go Nia Jax. She deserves it as well, to be honest. So I mean, so does Liv, but I think Liv's character work will be built better without a title for now. I think she should win the title down the line, but not next week. Yeah, so I'm going to go Nia. So it's Tiffany and Nia Jax to be the next 2 women's champions. With a world heavyweight title now, currently held by Damian Priest after he cashed in on Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. The 4 options, obviously, Drew McIntyre is the prime candidate, with a Scotland pay-per-view coming up, Clash of the Castle. Drew winning in his home country seems like the obvious choice. I haven't included Jey Uso as a match against him, because I don't think Jey Uso is going to win a title, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, I don't think he should, but I mean, unfortunately, I just don't see him winning a title at all. I think he'll lose this, probably get moved to SmackDown in a draft where he works in the Bloodline stuff. CM Punk, maybe Drew just keeps failing, and eventually, like, you get Drew Punk at SummerSlam non-title, and then Punk goes to the WWE after. On Finn Balor, a pretty obvious choice, I'd say. I think Finn Balor's a prime candidate for Money in the Bank as well, which I would love to see him win. I really want Finn Balor to win a world title. But, they're building a bit of tension between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I think with Rhea's absence, Judgment Day will fall apart. I did actually see something on Twitter about Liv should take over Judgment Day, and I love the idea of that. Liv just taking everything that Rhea has, take the title, take over Judgment Day. It'd be so good. And like a darker version of Liv would be great. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'd love it to happen, but I don't think it will happen. But yeah, And then fourth option, I've gone Gunther. I think he's going to be built up to a world title soon. I don't know if it'll be that quickly. I mean, maybe at Bash at Berlin. But he's also a prime candidate to win the Rumble, I'd say. So I don't think Damian Priest is holding a title till Mania. I'm going to go with Drew. I think the obvious choice is Drew winning it in Scotland. It's Drew or Finn for me. And I'm going to go... I've seen a lot of people saying Priest will hold it for a while. Finn will win Money in the Bank. You'll have that dynamic of Priest being champion while Finn holds Money in the Bank. The dynamic we thought we were going to get last year with Finn winning the world title off Steph. But we didn't. I could see it. But I'm going to play it safe and go with Drew because I think Drew winning in Scotland makes sense. So yeah, Drew's to dethrone Damian Priest in Scotland. Maybe Reigns drops it before then, to be honest. But I don't think so. WWE Undisputed Championship. Now, well, I think it's called the Undisputed WWE Championship. No Universal in there anymore. Currently held by Cody Rhodes, obviously. My four options are... Now that I look at these four options, I feel like Seth should be in there, but he's not. I've gone John Cena. I've written down John Cena because Cena looks like he's going to be retiring next year after one last run. So winning a world title would make sense. I don't think he will though. I think he might win an IC title in his last run to make him Grand Slam instead of making him 17-time world champion. But I'm actually going to take him off the list and put Seth in. How's that fourth option? Randy Orton. The story's there. It makes sense. I could see Randy Cody in next year's Mania, and then Roman vs Rock in another match. Speaking of Rock, The Rock also an option. I don't know if we're getting Cody Rock at SummerSlam or at Mania. I'd rather it be at SummerSlam than do Rock Roman at Mania. But yeah, so Rock's obviously a prime candidate. I don't think he should be the one to... I do see a world where maybe he beats Cody at SummerSlam and then drops it back to Cody at Mania. And we never get Rock Roman. My other option is Gunther. Gunther should win the Royal Rumble, in my opinion. I don't think he should win a world title this year. Just because... Not because he's not ready. Just because of how the world title scenes look right now. But I think next year is his year. I think he should win the Rumble, and I think he should be a world champion coming out of Mania. And personally, I think he should beat Cody at Mania for the world title. I think Cody should hold it till Mania. So I'm gonna go Gunther. I think that's more hope than judgment. My better judgment is telling me The Rock. But I'm gonna go Gunther. So yeah, Gunther will be the next undisputed WWE champion after Cody Rhodes. So just to sum up, Bayley will be dethroned by Tiffany Stratton. Nia Jax will win the vacant women's title. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens will dethrone Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. DIY will be Awesome Truth. LA Knight will beat Logan Paul at SummerSlam. Chad Gable will take the title of Sami Zayn. Drew McIntyre will beat Damian Priest in Scotland to win a world title. And Gunther will win the Royal Rumble and beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the Undisputed title. That's why I think you should dethrone every current champion. Let me know if there's any you agree with or disagree with. Some of these are I do think all these are future champions for each belt I've chosen. It's just whether they're the next one or whether there's one in between. Gunther might be the World Heavyweight Champion instead. I could definitely see that, him winning with the World Heavyweight title Bash in Berlin. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think of my choices, what choices you would make different. And yeah, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And this is going to be awkward as I find a button. I'm not going to